Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a lovely day today. I am having an interesting time because it's been my first week of college and it's been beating my ass. So I am kind of tired, kind of overwhelmed, but this past week has been better than the first week, which I kind of expected. So, yeah, it's been doing okay so far, but it's a bit of a learning curve with their website and figuring out a schedule and stuff like that. So, it's been an interesting time. But anyways, let's just jump right into r/anti-MLM. My dad and my cat died this week. I've known this girl since I was 5, and this is what she sends me. Hey blank, I am so excited to share that I joined Pampered Chef to help support my family. I have a really big goal to do 8 parties in my first 2 weeks and 4 of them next week. I am casting a wide net in search of my first online party hosts, and I thought of you right away because I thought you might be interested in earning some free and discounted products. I just ran out of breath, oh my god. I'm wondering if you would be my guinea pig and let me practice one of my first parties with you. You don't have to do much because it's all online on Facebook. It only takes about 30 seconds a day. The parties are super fun with games, tips, tricks, recipes, and tools. All you have to do is add your guests to the page I set up, chat. Why is chat in quotations? Chat with your friends on Facebook and watch the magic unfold. Would you be willing to help me out while I completely spoil you with free products? I have the 28th of January available. Can I put you down? And it keeps going. That's where the screenshot cuts off, but it keeps... this is just a whole level of frustrating. Like, this person dealt with so much loss in a span of days. And this person thinks that they can just slide in and have a sales pitch. Seriously, dude? Like, did they even think that through? And like, you've known the person since you were 5, for crying out loud. You'd think that you would know better. Ugh. Pushing Ivermectin but wants to promote an all-natural lifestyle. She has truly become the worst. So, Ivermectin girl in question says on her stories, I'm not answering tons of DMs, so ask here if you want to know anything with a laughing emoji. And somebody asks, what are you taking to help? I'm assuming that they mean either with COVID or with preventing COVID. Not sure, one or the other. It didn't say in the post, so I'm just guessing. So, she's taking Ivermectin Z-Pack, includes zinc, quercetin, I think is how it's said, vitamin D and C, colloidal silver, sunshine, meditation, heavily transmuting, and energy work on myself. Interesting. I feel great with what I'm taking and proactively doing and feel 10 times better today than yesterday. This ish will be gone soon. Prayer emoji. So by the sounds of things, this person actually does have COVID, which, first of all, I would like to preface this by saying that's terrible and I hope that she gets better soon. But also, please don't promote using ivermectin to treat COVID-19, because that's not what it's for. And even just looking it up, you can easily find an FDA, Food and Drug Administration, article talking about why you shouldn't take it for COVID-19 instead of just regular treatments. If you don't know, which I didn't until fairly recently, ivermectin in pill form is used in humans to treat parasites, and in topical form, which I think is like cream and stuff, it's used for lice and rosacea treatments. So it's literally not made to treat COVID-19, so I don't know why people are using it. I think that in some cases people said it helped, but in a lot of cases it didn't do anything. And so, like, if the FDA is literally telling you to not do it and you're doing it anyways, it's probably not a very smart idea, and I'm sure there are some questionable side effects that could happen because of it. Because, I mean, I'm assuming she's taking it in pill form, and that's for, like, parasites. So I don't know what that would be doing in your intestines or anything, but it's probably not good. But all of the other things, like colloidal silver, whatever, that's probably not great either. I don't even know what that is. Um, and, I mean, taking vitamin C and vitamin D is probably good. Meditation and energy healing or whatever, I mean, for your own peace of mind, sure, but I don't think that has that much of an effect on a bodily ailment. But I'm not exactly the most spiritual person in the world. I don't know if that's coming through here. Um, like, it's not that I don't think that meditation and energy healing is bad. I think that that's probably great, like, mentally and spiritually. But, I mean, physically, I don't think it's gonna do much. The lowest hun I've come across. Y'all, I'm pissed. We've seen some pretty low lows recently, so I'm bracing myself for this. Hi blank, Ari, your post in the group. Is the mom someone who has internet and a phone and ability to set up payment gateways? If so, I can gift her into a financial gifting activity I am participating in. I am in the legend receiving position. Girl, what does that even mean? I have 5 gifters so far and waiting on 3 to enter, which creates momentum for each of us. It's in and out and up and down and pay, gift, and receive. Oh, okay. No contract, no third party, no catch. It appears pyramid, but it works. We launched a couple of weeks ago. Well, at least they admit it looks like a pyramid, I guess. From a platform that has been going since 2009. It installed early last year because it didn't have the unique website currently in place. Long story short. This lady won't have to pay out of her pocket. Usually I ask for reimbursement when the person lands in Legend to receive. But I won't with her. She can have the position, but would have to follow guidelines and understand what is involved. No pressure. So, I'm gonna assume, just by context clues, that the OP was posting in a group about a mom that needed financial help or a job or something along those lines, and this person slides in with some of the most pyramid schemy sounding opportunity that I think I've heard in a very long time. So, yeah, that's one way to go about it, I guess. That's so low, though. Like, a mom who needs a job, and you're just like, have you ever heard of a pyramid scheme? Like, seriously, OP was right when they said this was pretty low. This was in an anti-MLM Facebook group I'm in. Skull emoji. They're so delusional. So, sorry about the weird cropping. It was like that in the original post. So the person says, I have never in my life seen so many clueless people in one group. Do you think maybe the reason you're anti-MLM is because you tried it and failed? Jealous of seeing others succeed? Hate your life that much? Well, let me tell you one thing, right? Let's take me for an example. I have never been in an MLM. I am an 18-year-old freshman in college. Recently graduated high school. I have absolutely no business being in an MLM, right? Like, legally, I've, just reached the point of it being legal in most MLMs to join. So, I have no business being, jealous, I guess, of seeing other people succeed because I failed because I didn't fail, because I never joined. But I've seen how MLMs affect other people, either in my life or hearing people's experiences on the subreddit and on YouTube and stuff like that, and I was like, hey, that's not cool. And so I joined the anti-MLM subreddit and started following people on YouTube and Instagram and, got educated, I guess. But I don't know, it's a weird assumption that MLMers have where they're like, oh, you must have a story. It's like, no, I don't have a story. I just think that what you're doing is shitty and gross. Like, honestly, it's so weird. Like, I can be like, let's take Elizabeth Holmes for example. She ran a shady ass company, and now she's on trial, I think, as far as I know. I haven't been super updated on the situation. So take her for example. I was never taken advantage by the company that she was running that was shady as hell. But I'm still not gonna be pro Elizabeth Holmes. You know? Because that's just weird. And, I mean, sure, in the anti-MLM community, there are several people that have been in MLMs that failed, realized that they're gross, and, started talking about their experience. But, like, why is there what's wrong with that? What's wrong with, realizing that what you went through was shitty and gross and talking about it so that other people don't have to go through the same thing you did? Like, there's literally nothing wrong with that in my book, anyway. I don't know. It's just so weird when Huns have to come up with this weird excuse of, oh, you must have failed your MLM because you weren't doing it right. It's like, well, first of all, of course I wasn't doing it right. I wasn't doing it, period. But even still, it's a weird victim-blamey sort of narrative that they like to come up with to cover their ass, and it's just gross. I don't know what else to say. She's still in my DMs. If $3,000 was deposited into your Cash App, what will you use it for? And the OP says, no thank you, lol. Hun says, why? I have zero interest in MLM or NFT or any type of company you're trying to sell me on. And then the person says, have you won this giveaway before? And OP says, no. And the freaking Hun says, you got Cash App? Dude, I'm not interested in your MLM. This is not MLM. It is SBA. I've never heard of that. It feels too close to one for me to be interested. Honestly, same. Okay, what is your Cash App tag? And then the OP just says, dude, no. And I looked it up, and apparently SBA just stands for small business, which this very obviously is not. I can almost guarantee. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like this, just block this person, because they will just keep going and going and going, which is so frustrating because I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand that no just means no. It doesn't mean ask me again later, or if you keep asking then I'll finally cave in and say yes. It just means no. The person doesn't want to do it, so just leave them alone. I mean, I understand a lot of these Huns can be desperate, but when it comes to things like this, you just have to, respect people's boundaries, and it's really not that hard. So I came across this post while going through the usual memes, and I figured that it was kind of important to share, and I would like to hear you guys' opinions on this. We have a problem in this sub. I want to address an issue that I've been seeing more and more frequently in this subreddit. First, I want to say I love this sub. It's one of my favorite on Reddit. I love that we're fighting against corrupt, manipulative MLMs that mainly target women and people in vulnerable economic situations. I love the power we have to shine a light on their manipulative practices. But in the past few weeks and months, I've been noticing a disturbing trend in our comment sections, and I want to call it out. Personal attacks and bullying of the Huns themselves, specifically attacks on their appearances. I get it. It's easy to be angry with these women who fall for these scams and then lure other women into the scams. But the Huns are victims. The companies are the villains. It's not fair or cool to make fun of someone's appearance or intellectual ability behind their backs. All this bullying is detracting from one of the greatest strengths of this sub, our ability to help women feel safe enough to escape. This sub is a place we, can come for sanity once they've realized they've been in a cult, a place that can help them realize they are in a cult and help them feel secure enough to escape. It's not going to be that way if they come here for help and see us laughing at them for how the bow they are wearing, or making fun of their nails. Again, I love this sub. I think it serves an awesome purpose. I just think we ought to stay focused on what matters, calling out and watching these predatory, manipulative, evil companies and the people who run them. Stop bullying the victims, no matter how annoying they might be sometimes. Edit to add. The problem I'm trying to call out is bullying Huns for their appearance or intelligence, things that have little to do with their MLM roles. I'm totally on board with calling out and criticizing their reprehensible and manipulative behavior. Edit. I hear what many of you are saying. Huns aren't victims. I think it's more complex. They're victims and they're perpetrators. They need to be held accountable. They don't need to be shamed and bullied. Mocking someone's appearance is never okay in my book. Yes, even if they are with an appearance-based MLM. Now, I will say, I do kind of agree with OP on this. While I do think that there is definitely nuance, I guess, in this situation, because there are some Huns who definitely aren't victims. For example, the ones that are in like the top 0.1%, they definitely know what they're doing, and they're definitely taking advantage of people and knowing that they're doing it, you know? But the people in the lower ranks, they don't really, I don't know. Some of them do know what they're doing, some of them don't. It all depends in every situation. Every situation is different. But no matter what the situation is, I feel like making fun of someone's appearance is just like a very clear boundary of like, you don't do that no matter how shitty they are. Just because somebody who, you know, has the feature that you're making fun of or has the same style as the person you're making fun of will see that comment and be like, oh, you know, and then they'll feel shitty about it after. So, you know, when you're talking about something like that and making fun of it, you're not just making fun of that person, you're also making fun of people who dress like that person or has the same body type or facial feature as the person you're making fun of. And that's just gross in general, to make fun of somebody's appearance, whether it's in a broad spectrum or not. It's just icky and you just shouldn't do it. Now, making fun of someone's intelligence is a little bit more of a, I don't know, blurred line, I guess. I think that some people would, you know, make the argument of, for example, some MLMers will pick apart people's posts or videos that they make. Some people would say that that is bullying, making fun of that person's intelligence. And it's a little bit difficult to decide. It just depends on the situation. But, you know, I think just flat out calling somebody stupid or an idiot is just plain old rude. And, you know, it makes people who have gotten out of MLMs or are trying to get out of MLMs, or people that are in MLMs but are kind of on the fence about it, when they see posts or videos where you're just flat out calling someone an idiot and, you know, explaining why that person's stupid, they're not really gonna feel safe in this community, and that's not what we want. Or at least that's not what I want. I think a lot of us want this to be a safe place for people that have gotten out of MLMs. And if this trend continues, then that's not what it's going to be. It's just going to be a hate group, I guess, of MLMs. And, like, that's fine, but that's not really what the original intention of the movement was. It's to talk about how MLMs as companies are gross and not make fun of the people who got sucked into them, I guess. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. I think that it's definitely a disturbing trend, I guess, that I've seen recently, especially in the subreddit. But I've also seen it in YouTube videos and comment sections and posts on Instagram. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. I'm sure that everybody has a different opinion on things, but for me, at least appearance-wise, and calling somebody stupid is just like a line that appearance-wise, 100% you shouldn't cross. Intelligence-wise, like 95% of the time you shouldn't cross, but that's just the way I feel about things. Well, anyways, that's all you're gonna get out of me today. I have some studying that I need to do. So this is all the time that I am willing to spend making a YouTube video today. Anyways, so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to. If you don't, that's totally cool. I don't really mind. If you have any thoughts on the video itself or any of the posts, leave them in the comments. And I read every comment because, I just like hearing what you guys have to say. So, guaranteed, if you leave a comment, I will 100% read it, even if it's like a porn bot, which I have gotten a few of those before in the past. But yeah, so I guess that's it. Here's a picture of some cute cats, and I will see you at some point in the future. Peace out.